So these watercolor gift cards do take some patience. So I need to allow this one time to dry. So I'm going to set that aside and I'm going to start working on another one. I'm also going to set this one aside. There are an infinite number of designs that you can do for your card, and it all depends on your taste. And for this one, I'm putting the dark on one side, so that would be our shadow area. And then just adding water to the other side and letting the watercolor do the job for you. You don't need to do too much. Maybe if you have a pen, you could get a micron pen. This is indelible, so it won't smudge and rub off if you want to draw before you paint anything. I'm just experimenting, and I think, oopsie, and I put my finger in that, so I'm going to put that over there. And I think this has a little nodule on here, and that's where your Christmas hook goes. This could have maybe been straight. I don't know why I did that. So my advice would actually be to use a pencil first, and then maybe we'll have some stars in there. And these are going to be your gift cards, so to and from, and you can stick that on your package. Be careful when you're putting a loaded wet brush near the colors that you've already put, because I didn't allow this time to dry, so I don't want to touch those other colors. Otherwise they'll blend into the wet area. Maybe we'll do one this way. Okay, set that one aside, and then we'll go back to the first one that's somewhat dried. If you add a little red to your green, it will neutralize the color. That's too much. I'll go try that. Okay, no, I lied. Okay, let's try this. Well, you might like that effect. So I'm going to darken some of the lower boughs. And you don't have to write on the front of the card. You could put a tag on this. You could put to and from on the back. But I'm just sticking mine onto my packages like this. So you won't be able to see the back. The micron pen you can use on top or underneath your drawing. Totally up to you, but whatever you prefer. If you want to preserve your watercolor paper, practice first on a couple sheets of paper, regular paper, just to get a feel. And I think this one is going to have a little container. I think this one's going to have a wooden container. Perhaps I could have used a red for the bucket, make it more Christmassy. And there are lots of designs you can look at. You can check online and get ideas from other people. I wanted to put that yellow behind it just to give it a little bit of a glow. That's too much. I'm going to go in and take some of that out. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but yeah, I'm just playing and experimenting. And I think for my snowman, I'm going to use some ink. And you can see that the black ran into his face because it was wet there still. If I'd allowed it more time to dry, I could have avoided that. But you can also lift off with your paintbrush. Not sure how this white will work. White in watercolor is not a color you will use. You are better off using a gouache if you want to get some more white back into there. Now, this is really running in there, but just telling you so you can avoid that. Maybe on this one, I'm just going to add a little bit more color so that it looks like these balls are really turning. Make it lighter in the center. Oops. So here are just some simple ideas just to get you started. Actually, I'm going to work on this one. And this looks like just some blobs, but I think I can turn them into, let's see if you can guess what they are going to be. I'm not sure, I should have done that. Maybe add a little bit more color. Okay, I was trying to do some penguins, but they haven't really come out very well. Not exactly what I was looking for, but that's okay. Haven't tried this color. Okay, that's a nice color with the penguins. Okay, there we have a bunch of these, and then I'm going to give you another option. If you don't know how to draw, oops, you could just do designs using color. just choose some of your favorite colors that you like to see together. And I don't even know, I'm experimenting. I don't even know how I like these colors together, but I'm just testing what I have in my palette and see if I like the way it comes out. So I'll let that dry. Try not to overthink. And I'm just thinking of anything Christmassy. Leave a little highlight in the middle. Remember, try not to let those touch, because if red and green mix together, it will give you a grey. And I think it's nice to have these quite colourful. I wasn't going to do pen on this, but I can't resist. Okay, I don't have room to put the whole of Christmas on there, but I was just playing, and now I am committed to putting something, so I'm going to have to abbreviate. Okay, now this one is a little bit more dry. I'm just going to do a couple design things on here. Like, let's pretend it's a package and it has a ribbon across it. So you don't have to be able to draw. Remember, patience. Put that one aside. And I'm not sure about this one. And while one dries, you can just work on the other one, so you're not tempted to work on one and mess up your paintwork because you've got the colors mixing wet on wet. Maybe this one's going to be on top of a rock because I made him a really funny shape. Okay, there you have it. Our little imperfect but homemade gift tags for Christmas. And we've got some abstract and some literal, and you can really be creative with this. I just love to paint, so of course I want to touch up certain areas, and I would fix that, but I don't have, we don't have, well, we do have white. I just don't think it's going to work very well. I'm going to try. See, if I had been patient right here, this would have been better. That worked a bit. Okay.